Supporters of your opponent and some of your colleagues on city council have been posting some pretty scandalous pictures from your Instagram and even discussing your sex life. Do you think this affects your ability to be mayor and spokesperson for our city?
I actually think that it increases my effectiveness as mayor. I think the first thing is that people want a mayor who is honest and people want a mayor who is real. I'm 45 years old. Some of the pictures on my Instagram from 10 years ago, I'm not proud of. I wouldn't put up today, certainly as a city councilman or a mayor. But as my mom used to say, I had a whole life before you came along, right? So before the city of South Fulton, I was a single bachelor living downtown, and I had a single bachelor's Instagram. I I'm not going to deny the pictures, right? That is a part of of who I am. I do think that I have since becoming a councilman used my Instagram, my TikTok, my Twitter, all of these social media things, my Snapchat, right, to bring positive attention to the city, whether it's Juneteenth or legislation that we have for speed bumps in our city. I think that we do have to have a mayor that is of the time, of the generation, that can communicate to people across multiple mediums and to speak the language of the people in those mediums. So I think that I have done a good job of that in terms of just my traditional speaking on media and on camera. I think that I'm a great spokesperson for the city, and I'm a great cheerleader for the city. There is just a record of honesty and realness and relatability. This is a promise that I will make. As mayor, I will never lie to you, and I will never steal your money. You will not see stories wondering what happened to unaccounted for money in a Khalid administration. And I'm not going to run from the tough conversations. If you hear me attacking the mayor, it will be about the mayor's record of not only voting for warehouses, but motioning for warehouses to be built, motioning for the approval of subdivisions that were built to low standards, and not holding developers accountable, and asking questions about who is financing the campaign. I don't care about what you do in your personal life. I care about how you are voting. And I care about whether your votes have already been bought and paid for by the very developers that we are trying to regulate. That's why my campaign has not taken a single dollar of developer money, because I know I'm saying in January and February, I'm going to have to come and regulate you. And then the last thing that I want to say is that that it's unfortunate that we're even talking about my Instagram or my personal life. John Amici, he was an NBA player actually before he became a behavioral psychologist, right? And he has this saying that I think is true in sports and in politics, and that is the worst behavior tolerated without accountability becomes the culture of an organization. We have council members that are talking about other council members' personal lives and levying personal attacks about people's character. We have community leaders who are doing that in support of this mayor. As a leader, when people who are following you, whether you have instructed them to do it or not, when they are behaving inappropriately in a way that brings our city down, you have to call that out. You have to say, I don't want that. I know that people may be doing that to support me. I don't want it. And I'm saying to my supporters, I know you all may have information about Bill Edwards' personal life or his taxes or whatever. I don't want to talk about that. I want us to stay focused on the issues of economic development, warehouses, and residential development, the voting record of this mayor, because that is what affects people's lives.